Why has ESPN continuously failed at building an NBA pre and post game show that comes even remotely close to what Inside the NBA is on TNT?
It's the billion-dollar question, isn't it?
Is it something? Do you think that if you were given a chance that you could have created something like that on ESPN if you had more time?
I mean, no, it's the gold. It's the gold standard. I think if given time with a crew of just a crew, right? Just keep the crew together for more than a season or 2 or 3 at a time, which I don't even know what the longest term group has been on that show. It doesn't feel like very much, but it's a constant rotating cast. That's really hard to build anything. And now it's become where the focal point of the show is the rotating cast. It's like it's glaring. It's a bummer because NBA is a great product. ESPN owns most of it. They have the finals. They have the good stuff. It should be front and center. Maybe this year they'll figure out. I think Malika does a great job. I like her. I know she's had to deal with a bunch of garbage behind the scenes as well. And so hopefully she's found a nice plateau and can enjoy it. But yeah, it should be a fun job. I mean, those guys over at TNT, like, there's nothing about that looks forced or strained. They look genuinely like dudes who hang out and talk basketball. And you know, Candace too in there. It's just, they've done it. They've nailed it.
Charles Barkley recently insinuated that Ernie Johnson could be the first person to retire from the Inside the NBA crew. Is that a hosting job that you'd be interested in, replacing Ernie Johnson on Inside the NBA? Or is it almost kind of like having to replace Derek Jeter where you'd want somebody else to do it first?
You almost want like a buffer because he's the best. You're like, let someone else do it, get crushed in social media. And then you want it. It's hard. It's hard for me to even, first of all, Ernie is one of the most gracious humans in this business. You know, he doesn't have to be, but you know, you can reach out to him, you can text him, he'll always reach right back. It's very refreshing. There are a few like that are genuinely decent human beings. I don't ever want him to retire, but obviously at some point we all have to. Yeah, it is the dream job. It's the holy grail. It's going to change too. I mean, Charles will step down at some point. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know if Draymond is who they're going to bring in at some point. But what they have now, you know, you'd like it to go on forever. And that's the dream and hope.